What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's DripGodDero, and I'm back at you guys with another bang. So in today's video, I want to talk about the Washington Wizards. Now, currently, the Washington Wizards have been having a dismal season, and in this video, I will explain exactly why the Washington Wizards are so bad. Now, before we do get into it, shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to all the people who like and comment on the video. I appreciate it a lot. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so we all switched over, and shout out to Basketball Reference. They always come through with the clutch stats. And hey man, let's get to the nitty gritty. So, as we can see, and actually before I even get into that, let's take a look at the rankings right now. So, as we can see, Celtics stay number 1. Shout out to them. Magic number 2. That's definitely something that wasn't expected. And I'll actually zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. And yeah, man, right here, y'all probably can't see it because of my screen, but right here, on this one right here, this is the Washington Wizards, and currently they are 3-18, and they have lost 4 games straight. So, like I was saying, let's switch back over to Basketball Reference and let's get into the nitty gritty. So currently, the Washington Wizards are 3-18. They're 14th in the Eastern Conference, and their next game will be against Philly. Now, they might, more than likely, they will lose. Their coach is Wes Unseld, and let's take a look at these stats, man. So, as you can see, something good that actually stands out is their points per game. Their points per game is 116 points per game, and they're 10th out of 30th. So they actually do have a top 10, scoring. Not actually offense, but they are top 10 when it comes to scoring. So that's actually something good. But then you go down to their offensive rating, and as we can see for their offensive rating, they're 21st out of 30. So what that means is that they chunk up a lot of shots. Are they very efficient with the offense? No, but they do chunk up enough shots to actually, become 10th in the league when it comes to the amount of points they score. Now, let's look at this defense. The defense, they are 29th out of 30. So that tells you everything you need to know on why this team is so bad. It all starts with the defense. 29th out of 30th, and opponents' points per game 30th out of 30th. So what that means is that this team allows the opponents to score the most points per game in the league. 125 points per game. That's wild when you really think about it. So that pretty much tells you exactly what you need to know. It's really just the defense when it comes to this team. Their defense is atrocious. And I'll scroll down, I'll bring my eyes onto some of the players, and we'll get more in depth on exactly why this team is so bad and what the players bring to the table, things of that nature. So let's get it, man. So let's start off with the quote-unquote star of the team, Kyle Kuzma. So Kyle Kuzma, as you can see, he's having a pretty decent year offensively. 47% from the field, which is pretty good. It's decent. 35% from 3, league average. And as we can also see, when it comes to points per game, 22.9 points per game. So that's pretty good as well. 4.6 assists, pretty good. I like to see the rebounds be slightly higher. He pretty much has 6. But something that I don't like is the turnovers. 2.4 turnovers. That's not good. The free throw percentage pretty decent as well. But overall, I would say he has been the best player on this team. And yeah, man. But as we know, one thing that Kyle Kuzma struggles with is defense, especially when it comes to, those bigger, more physical, or more athletically gifted wings and forwards. He tends to struggle guarding those types of players. Let's move on to Jordan Poole. So, Jordan Poole, he would be considered the second best player on this team, and it's kind of crazy when you think about it. But let's look into some of his stats, man. He's shooting 40% from the field, which is horrible. 3-point percentage is 29%, which is horrible, and he's shooting 6 attempts. So he definitely struggling out here. His free throw percentage is 85%, which is pretty good, but other than that, he's been having a horrible year, man. He's definitely been having a horrible year, and something I definitely don't like is his assists per game. As a guard, as a player who is handling the ball the most on the team, you would definitely like to see this assist ratio way higher. 3 assists, and you pretty much averaging 3 turnovers? Like, bruh, that's horrible. That's literally horrible. So this whole season for Jordan Poole has literally been a train wreck if you really think about it. Yeah, he might be scoring 17 points per game, but it's on horrible efficiency, and he's turning the ball over like crazy. So what do you expect? Of course, when your 2 best players are turning the ball over like crazy, and I don't even know if I could really say Jordan Poole is one of the best players on this team. Let me stop saying that because he's playing horrible. But yeah, man, when one of the players that's getting the ball the most and Jordan Poole is turning the ball over, chunking up bricks, just playing horrible basketball, of course, you're going to struggle. Let's move on to some of these other players, man. I say one of the saving graces for this team has been Tyus Jones, man. Tyus Jones, he's been solid this year, to be honest. His field goal percentage is 51%, which is great. 3-point percentage, 35%, which is league average, and that's on 3 attempts, so that's solid. Free throw percentage could be a little higher, but besides that, as we can see, he averaging 5 assists, which is much better than Jordan Poole, and he's barely averaging a turnover. 0.7 on turnovers. So that's definitely great for a player. So I'll say that Tyus Jones has been, one of the bright spots on this team. Another bright spot I do want to just point out is the rookie right here, man, Bilal. He's been playing great. For him to be 19 years old, he has been playing great. Now, let's talk about it. His field goal percentage is 53%, which is excellent for a rookie. 3-point percentage, 41%, excellent for a rookie. Let's keep it moving. When it comes to his free throw percentage, you definitely want that to be higher. But besides that, man, he definitely playing pretty good for a rookie. 4 rebounds, I like to see that up a little bit more. But besides that, definitely a bright spot on this team. Denny, I think he been all right this year, man. He has been all right. Field goal percentage, 52%, pretty good. 3-point percentage, league average, that's fine, especially for a power forward like him. And free throw percentage, pretty good at 81%. Points per game, 12.2. I like to see the rebounds slightly higher, as you can see. But yeah, man, I'll say that it's not really I ain't gonna say offense. It's not really, the scoring for this team. It's more so just the defense. And when you just take a look at this team, they don't really have any great defenders. You don't see any good wing players that can move laterally very well or anything of that nature, Like, think about it. You got dudes like Danny out here trying to guard players like Paul George, Kawhi, dudes like that. Like, that's destined to fail. You got dudes like Kyle Kuzma trying to guard these super good star players like LeBron James and, all these, bigger athletic wings. And when you just think about that, it's destined to be bad. Now, for the bench players, I like Landry Shamet. He's been pretty good. And Yeah, man, I think that's what it really chalks up to. That this team, they do got some pretty decent shooters, who can score the ball, but when everybody on the team pretty much a revolving door on defense, it's hard to actually win games. And let's just take a look at the team stats, man. Let's take a look at the team stats, man. So, right here, man, it shows some of the team stats. And like I was saying, man, a lot of these players, they don't really get rebounds. As I was going through them, I was explaining that a lot of they bigs don't really get rebounds. As you can see with Daniel Gafford, he only getting 7 rebounds. You don't really see nobody on this team getting double-digit rebounds, and it definitely reflects when it comes to these team stats. As you can see, when it comes to offensive rebounds, they're 21st, and defensive rebounds, they're 29th. So they don't crash the boards at all, and that's also another reason why this team struggles so mightily when it comes to, keeping opponents scoring low, because they always giving up defensive rebounds. They always giving up offensive rebounds, just rebounds in general. Now, their pace is pretty high, which is good. You'd expect that out of a young team, but besides that, man, it really just comes down to them not rebounding the ball at all. Let's just keep it real, at all. And them just being revolving doors on defense. But with all that being said, I do just want to give a shining light on this team. I seen this article from Wiz of Oz, or whatever they say. Yeah, Wiz of Oz, and it says, what is the best two-man lineup combination for the Washington Wizards? So, y'all guess right now. I'm going to say one that I know it ain't, and it's anyone with Jordan Poole. I know it ain't. But, anyways, let's see what the best two-man lineup is according to this. So, let's see. It says, according to NBA.com data, there has been 23 different two-player combinations logged over 150 minutes so far for the Washington Wizards. The 21 of them have negative plus minuses in their minutes. In fact, the two most utilized combinations, Kyle Kuzma and Tyus Jones, and Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole, have been outscored by 162 and 198 points respectively. So those two-man lineups are getting cooked. That's what that's saying. The Kyle Kuzma and Tyus Jones and Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole lineups are getting cooked. Once again, respectfully, like they say. So let's keep reading. The only two-man combinations that have outscored their opponents this season feature both rookie Bilal Coulibaly. So the combination of Danilo Gallinari and Bilal Coulibaly are a plus 18 in their 207 minutes together. So it looks like that's one of the best lineups, but it got a little bit more here. It says, however, the most successful pairing for the Wizards this season is the duo of Coulibaly and Landry Shamet. Lineups that feature both Shamet and Coulibaly have scored at an elite level while holding their opponents their own on the defensive end. So y'all hear it there. Y'all hear it right there, man. They need to play Landry Shamet and Coulibaly a little bit more. I definitely replaced Kyle Kuzma with Shamet in the starting lineup, man. Until Jordan Poole get in his groove and, really get out of his slump that he in, I definitely play Landry Shamet over him, in my opinion. But, hey, if you enjoyed this video, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel. Once again, the reason this team is so bad is just because they don't get rebounds and they are revolving doors on defense. One other thing I would say is just that this team isn't serious enough. We've seen countless Shaq in the Fool moments with this team, and it's just because they're not serious enough, man. And they don't really have that good of leadership. They don't really have no good veterans in there that can provide leadership. But, hey, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm out. Peace.